So go to chapter 8, price elasticity of demand. We're talking about price elasticity of demand. We're talking about the responsiveness of consumers towards a change in price. So we'll go immediately to page 49.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So they said, what is price elasticity of demand? So price elasticity of demand is the degree of responsiveness to the quantity demanded of the product as a result of a change in price. Normally, in every market, there's always a change in price. And remember, I told you when we were doing demand and supply that when we were studying market equilibrium, I said prices is being determined by the demand for and supply of goods, which means the market forces for demand and supply determines price. Since the market forces will have to determine price, it means that prices could change. Pricing could change. So if prices changes, how do customers respond in the market? That is what price elasticity is about. So that's why we said it is the degree of responsiveness between the quantity demanded of a product as a result of a change in price of the product. So we have price inelastic demand. For price inelastic demand, so look at, before we go down, look at here, they said, there's a graph here. Can you see the graph there? Yeah. For demand A and demand for product A and demand for product B. Figure 8.1. Figure 8.1. Are you there? 8.1, yeah. Down. Are you there?
Yeah.
This graph is saying that there's a change in price for product A and product B. There's a change in price for product A and product B. The price increases from, let's say, I said here from 8 to 10. So if the price has increased from 8 to 10, the quantity demanded for product A at the price of 8, both quantity demanded was 100 at the price of 8 for product A and product B. But the price increases to 10. The quantity demanded for product A changes, and the quantity demanded for product B also changes. Are you seeing it from the graph?
Yeah.
So based on product A, there's just a slight difference from the quantity demanded of that product as a result of a change in price from 8 to 10. And for product B, there's a significant change in the quantity demanded as a result of a change in price. Do you see? Okay. The arrow is going down. Do you see it? That the price changes from, the quantity changes from 100 to 150 for product B, and for product A from 100 to 110. So for product A, there's no significant change in the quantity demanded as a result of a change in price. But for product B, there's a significant change in the quantity demanded as a result of a change in price. So we would say product A is price inelastic, while product B is price elastic. Do you understand? So this takes us to price inelastic demand. So when we talk about price inelastic demand, price inelastic demand means that there is no significant change in the quantity demanded of a product as a result of a change in price. So that means the demand for that product, the demand for that product is price inelastic. The demand for such product is price inelastic. That means irrespective of what the price is, consumers still buy. That is what inelastic demand means. Then we have elastic demand. For elastic demand, it means that there is a change in the quantity demanded of a product as a result of a change in price. So that means the demand for such product is price elastic. That whenever the price of such product changes, the quantity demanded for that product will change. That is price elastic. Is it clear? Then we go down to calculating. You have the case study to do yourself. So we go to price elasticity. How to calculate price elasticity of demand. So to calculate price elasticity of demand, the formula is percentage change in the quantity demanded over percentage change in price. Percentage change in the quantity demanded of a product over percentage change in price. So here we have our PET to be Q2 minus Q1 over Q1. This is quantity demanded divided by P2 minus P1 over P1, which is changes in price. Changes in quantity demanded is Q2 minus Q1 over Q1, divided by changes in price, P2 minus P1 over P1, where P1 is the original price, the price that the market price. P2 is the new price. Q1 is the market quantity. Q2 is the new quantity or change in quantity. Is that clear? So we have a question here. They said a product price falls from 10 to 8, and the quantity increases from 500 units to 700 units. Calculate the PED. So a product price falls from 10 to 8. That means P1 is 10, P2 is 8. Then the quantity Q1 is 700, Q2 is Q1 is 500, Q2 is what? 700. So as a result of a fall in price, the quantity demanded also increases. This is the law of demand. So to find the PED, we say PED is Q2 700 minus Q1 500 divided by Q2 minus Q1 over Q1, which is 500, divided by P2 8 minus Q1 10 over Q1 10. 700 minus 500 is 200 over 500, divided by 8 minus 20, 8 minus 10, that is minus 2 over 10. So we have 200 over 500 multiplied by 10 over minus 2. 0, 0, 0, 0. 5 here 1, 5 here 4. So we have 4 over minus 2. Minus 2 here 1, here 2. The answer is minus 2. 4 divided by 2 is minus 2. Did you get it? So this is how to calculate the price elasticity of demand. Is that clear? Great. So as soon as we're done with calculating the price elasticity of demand, we need to know the interpretation of these elasticities. So, the answer we got here is minus 2. If it is minus 2, we would say that the price elasticity of demand is price elastic. It is what? Elastic, because there is a significant change in the quantity demanded as a result of a change in price. Yep. So let's check the interpretation here. If the price elasticity, if your answer is less than 1, if your answer is less than 1, if price elasticity of demand is less than 1, we'll say that demand for such product is price inelastic. If the price elasticity of demand is greater than 1, we would say the demand for the product is price elastic, such as this. It is price elastic. If the price elasticity of demand is 0, that means the demand for such product is price perfectly inelastic. Perfectly inelastic. There's no change in the quantity demanded of the product as a result of a change in price. Then if it is to infinity, like large numbers, the demand is perfectly elastic. Do you get it? Then if it is minus 1, it means that the demand for the product is unitary. If your percentage change in the quantity demanded equals to minus 1, it means that it is unitary. The price elasticity of demand is unitary. It is less than 1. If it is less than 1, it is price inelastic. If it is greater than 1, it is price elastic. If it is 0, it is perfectly inelastic. If it is to infinity, it is perfectly elastic. If it is minus 1, it is unitary. Is it clear? Mm-hmm. Then we go to price elasticity and the demand curve. Price elasticity and the slope of the demand curve. Are you there? Yeah. All right. So if the demand curve, look at the graph we have here. What you have to take notice is the demand curve here is vertical. So if it is vertical, it is inelastic. Do you understand? It is what? Perfectly inelastic. So if the demand curve is vertical, it means that the PED is perfectly inelastic. Is that clear? Is it clear, please? So the next one is horizontal. So if it is horizontal, as seen here, it means that the demand curve is this is horizontal, 8.4. Okay. It means it is perfectly elastic. It is to infinity. Is it clear? So we go on to factors. We go to factors affecting. Yeah, for the last graph here, which is 8.5. This is 8.5, right? Can you see it, please?
Yeah.
Figure 8.5. Based on this graph, it means it is unitary. The demand curve is unitary. Then we go on. We have the activity to do. We get it done. We go to factors now.
What's the relationship between the PED and total revenue?
Yeah. So for the PED and total revenue.
You know the factors?
Yeah, I'll say it. I'll tell you. We'll talk it. No, we have to talk about the factors affecting price elasticity first.
What are they?
Above. Factors affecting price elasticity of demand. Have you seen it? After the next activity.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you talk about factors affecting PED, we're talking about reasons why we can have PED to be inelastic and PED to be elastic. So the first one is availability of substitutes. So when we talk about availability of substitutes, it's simply we're talking about goods that have lots of substitutes. If the goods are available, if goods have different substitutes, that means the price elasticity of demand for such goods will be price elastic. Do you get the point here? If goods have more substitutes, if the price changes, the quantity demanded will definitely change because consumers can switch from one product to another because of the price. If the prices of iPhone is expensive, consumers might choose to start buying Samsung or Vodafone or Motorola or iPhoenix or whatever it is. They could switch to buy other products. So goods that have close substitutes, their demand are always price elastic. Do you get it? Because consumers will be able to switch from that product that is high in price to that one that is a bit lesser in terms of price. Is it clear? Is it clear, please? The second one, degree of necessity. Then we're talking about goods that are considered essential. If goods are considered essential, like they are important to well-being, the demand for such products will be priced inelastic because consumers cannot reduce the quantity they buy. For food, you can't do anything. It's food, you have to eat. So if the prices even increases, you might not be able to choose to stop buying. And even if you want to stop buying, you only buy, you only change it little. So there's always was no significant change in the quantity demanded for such products. Products that are essential, products that with our life depends on, their demands are always price inelastic. Irrespective of the price, we have to buy them. Is it clear? The third one, proportion of income spent on the product. The amount of money you spend, the percentage of your income that you spend on certain goods will determine if it is price elastic or inelastic. If the products we spend little proportion of our income on such products, the demand for that such product will be priced inelastic. It's just like wanting to buy a pen. How much is a pen? So even if it increases to 1.5, I will still buy. It doesn't reflect, it doesn't take away a lot of my income. So the demand for such product like this pen will be priced inelastic. But if consumers spend so much on a product, that means they spend large proportion of their income on products, there's tendency for them to stop buying such products if the price increases, because it means they're going to spend almost all their income. As a result, the demand for such products is price elastic. Do you get it? So the percentage of what you spend in terms of your income will determine if the product you buy is price elastic or inelastic. Is it clear, please? Is it clear, please? The next one is time.
Time?
Time, yes. So the time, are you there? The time at which consumers have to switch from one product to another might be, are you here, please? The last factor that could determine the PED is time. So when we talk about time, in a short time, within a short period of time, the price of a product is always inelastic because it is difficult for consumers to quickly get substitute or find substitutes. The price of this pen might increase at this point in time, but it is not immediately I'm going to find a substitute. It might take time before I get a substitute. So products that takes time to get substitute or to search for substitute or to find their substitutes, their demands are always price inelastic. In the short time, in the short period of time, the demand for such products is price inelastic because it's going to take a bit of time for consumers to be able to find substitutes to replace those products that are expensive. Any question about that? Then we go to the relationship between price elasticity of demand and total revenue. So for price elasticity of demand, there is always a proportional relationship between PED and revenue. Why? If PED increases, if the price elasticity of demand increases, the total revenue will also increase. So here I wrote, when there's price change, there will be a change in the quantity demanded and therefore reflect in the total revenue. For example, the price falls from $10 to $8. The quantity demanded decreases from 100 units to 110. This will change the total revenue. So what is total revenue? We said total revenue is price multiplied by quantity. Yes or no? So for the price was 10 and the quantity demanded was 100 units, which means we're talking about $1,000 in total revenue. Then there's a change in total revenue. Why? Because the price has fallen to $8 and the quantity increases to 110 units. So it's going to give us what? A new total revenue. So we're going to have 110 multiplied by 8. So our total revenue becomes $880. So the total revenue here has changed because there's what? A change in the quantity demanded of the product. Is it clear? Any question about that? No. So that takes us to the multiple choice questions. Are you there? They said, what is the PED for a perfectly inelastic demand curve? I told you for a perfectly inelastic, it is what?
B.
P. Yeah, it's B, it's 0, perfectly inelastic. It means that there is no significant change in the quantity demanded as a result of a change in price, perfectly inelastic. Question 2. If the value of a PED for a product is 0.87, the 0.87 is more like price inelastic because it is less than 1. If the demand for a product is price inelastic, it is less than 1. So what happens if there's an increase in price for such products? No, a rise in the total revenue. If the demand for a product is inelastic, that means whatever the price is, consumers will buy. So if the price of such product increases, the total revenue of the product will increase.
Okay.
Total revenue. If the price of a product, if the PED of a product is inelastic, the total revenue, if the price increases, the total revenue will rise. What we're saying is that if the products, consumers are willing to buy the product at any price. So if the price increases, what happens? The total revenue will increase. It will increase.
Okay.
If the PED, they said the PED is 0.87, which is inelastic. So for inelastic demand, when the price rises, it means consumers will continue to buy. So if consumers continue to buy, what happens? The total revenue will rise.
Okay, so the price and the demand will rise.
Yeah, the demand will not change. The demand would not change, but the price has changed. As a result of that, the total revenue will increase.
Okay.
Is it clear? You have a case study to do there. And that's the end of chapter 8.
We're done.